Will social media create a new hype? New business in the BI space?
You know, I think what it's going to do is social media is going to change the business a little bit. It's going to give more valuable information to business people to make business decisions with that they're probably not using today. And as I said in our talk here at your loft this afternoon, there's a few things that are coming together to cause that. There's new knowledge workers in the space that have sort of this demand for this information.
Yep.
There's new technology, big data frameworks and other analytic processing frameworks that allow people to use this. So I don't think it's hype. I think it's an emerging technology that when you and I are together again in another year or so, we'll talk about how much this is being adopted.
Shawn, another, but maybe a naughty question. Gartner puts Microsoft in the top end of their quadrants in the BI space. Does that make sense?
You know, I think it makes sense depending on what you're looking at. Gartner looks at a lot of different points. When EMA does research on vendors, we do it in the format of a radar report. I think all of the analyst groups look at the vendors in a different light, so it just depends on what criteria they're using. You know, I think Microsoft's a very strong player in the BI space, but I also think that they've got healthy competition from a lot of folks, and I'm not sure where I would put them head to head with the other BI platforms, but they're certainly amongst the leaders.
And who will be the next users of BI in the cloud? Your research is saying the big players first. Everybody expected maybe the smaller companies.
You know, the small to mid-sized companies we thought were the early adopters, but it looks like the big, large enterprise, over 10,000 employees, are the people that are doing more work, at least have more projects under direction for cloud and SaaS BI. But I think bottom line is, as the next couple of years go by, we're going to see an awful lot of adoption. Our research showed that something like over 35% of the people that we were interviewing are and do have projects underway. We also saw a number very close to that 30% that aren't. So I think that'll shift, and the next time we see each other, I think we're talking bigger adoption numbers for cloud.
And the open source player in BI, what do you expect from them?
Oh, there's great things going on in the open source market. You know, I think one of the most exciting things is the open source community has matured so much. Back early on when players like Jaspersoft, Pentaho, Talend, and others were making their way into the market, we talked a lot about the fact that they were open source. Now we just talk about the feature sets and their customer adoption. We're not so much concerned about their open source roots anymore, and part of that just has to do with the maturity that they've showed.
Shawn, I think that will do it for this moment.
Great.
Thank you. See you around.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.